When you're dropshipping on TikTok or Facebook, who pays you? Here's the answer. You are the person who pays for the product. The customer pays TikTok. TikTok holds their money until the item is delivered. TikTok holds it a little bit longer to make sure that they don't want to do a return or have an issue with the order. And then TikTok hands the money to you. If you follow that correctly, you post an item on TikTok, right? Or Facebook, but for this instance, we're gonna focus on TikTok. Let's say you post a cell phone cover on TikTok, which by the way is a crappy product to list, don't do that. But let's just say for the sake of me not having to look for more stuff on my desk, it's a cell phone cover. A customer like me, I'd click buy on that product. You would get an alert saying new TikTok order confirmation. You'd go in, check it out, and see that I placed an order. You would then go into Amazon, for example. That's what I use. I don't use any other supplier at the moment, but I use Amazon. Go in there, order the product, pay for it yourself or your credit card, which is what I do. I have an Amazon credit card that gets 3% right now, cash back for, all Amazon purchases. So I make sure to utilize that. And I place the order. So I haven't used any cash to order it, but it is sitting pending on a credit card that I will owe the money to. It signals Amazon because whoever's selling that on Amazon just knows that they now have an order. They will fulfill that order and send that to the customer that bought it from you. So I use the customer's information, place the order with their address and their name. Whoever's selling it on Amazon ships it directly to them, doesn't come to me, I don't touch it, other than fulfilling the order. And then I wait. And the reason I use Amazon Prime is because you get shipping and tracking very quickly. So once they tell me the item is shipped, I then get a tracking number and I put that in to TikTok's interface. That makes TikTok happy, lets them know that I've shipped the item even though somebody else did it. Then the customer gets a notification that it's shipped just like I did from Amazon, but now they're blind to the Amazon side of things. They're just paying attention to the fact that their item from TikTok got shipped. And once everything tracks, because it's always getting scanned through the system, once it's been tracked, TikTok will then get an announcement saying that, hey, it's been delivered. TikTok then holds the money for, depending on what your payment tier is, there are 4. Really, there's 5 or 6, but there's 4 main ones. The standard one that you start out with is 8 days after delivery. So once it's delivered, after 8 business days, you will get your payout. Now, they will also hold a tiny bit of it just as insurance, and that will add up over time, but you'll slowly get paid that out longer and longer. I think that takes 45 days to get paid out, but it's a very small portion of the sale. You won't really notice it. I think after a few thousand in sales, it was $100 some. I can't remember. But you'll begin getting your payouts, which if all your sales are sitting on the credit card, let's say you sold something that was $8 and there's $8 sitting on your credit card and you sold the item for $15, eventually you will get that $15 plus or minus some fees. So just to keep it simple, you'll get more than what you paid for the product. Now you'll go pay off your credit card and keep the difference. And that's the profit that you keep. And that's where the money is made dropshipping on TikTok from Amazon. So customer pays TikTok. TikTok pays you, but only after the item is delivered and you fulfilled your part of the bargain. I have a lot of people say that that's unfair. I wish I would have known that before I started. And all I have to say is, what were you expecting? This is the part where I kind of talk a little back to you. So I don't know what you expect if that's weird to you. To me, you need to remember that this is a cheap, easy, at-home way to make money that doesn't require applying for a job, really gaining much of a skill set, and only using tools you have at home. If you have a computer and some internet, you can pretty much do this. So it's not really much risk to you. So no, the customer doesn't pay you immediately and then you buy the product, because then you could just take the money and not really fulfill your end of the deal. And that would just leave TikTok or Facebook or whatever dropshipping platform you're using very vulnerable to problems with their users. So they need to protect themselves. They need to protect their users, because we as dropshippers are the ones utilizing the system and taking advantage of it. The other people are just innocent users. And TikTok is the person that is very responsible for a large company and can't afford to have people like us screwing it up. So they have insurances in place. And that is the whole holding the money process to make sure that you don't suck and fulfill your end of the deal. So it's very much to safeguard them and the customer, and not to safeguard you. In fact, they'll safeguard it even more by holding it. If you suck at delivering your stuff, they'll hold it longer. At one point, I was at a delayed payout tier, and it was 15 days after delivery, and there's one worse than that. Now, if you're really good and your stats are well, like when it comes to delivery and shipment and like processing times and all of that, Currently, I'm in an accelerated payout tier, which is only 5 days after delivery. And I think you can get all the way up to 1 day or instantly. I can't remember. So if you're worried about that type of thing, just remember that it's a small price to pay. Yes, you're gonna have to wait to get your money a little bit, but once you start getting them, having those payouts of $100 up to like $500 sometimes is really cool when all it is you sitting at your computer, not having to really be accountable to much. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I have a VIP group. If you have specific questions, I am very much responsive in that group over the free group. The free group has a lot of spam and a lot of VAs that are just trying to get hired in it. It's kind of run out of control. There's 13,000 people in it, which means nobody really gets their questions answered. In the VIP group, if I can't answer it quickly in a message from my phone or from the computer, I will sometimes just voice message you personally and go over that question with you. And a lot of the times if I come out with a new course, which I just did, people in that group get discounts and it's like a whole thing. So join me in there. It's $10 per month, cancel anytime. And don't forget my product research course, which will be down in the description. It goes over how to find awesome products, specifically products that are great for TikTok. It's not about a tool or about any kind of, personal process of like clicking this and that or any kind of stuff like that. It's very much about your mindset and how to identify winning products and repeat the process to where you have a really solid list of great selling products that set you up for success. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.